Alright, wait. Ooh. Ooh. Get that rocking as well.
Everything feels different here.
This is just the calm before the storm. Be careful. You don't know what's gonna happen next. You know, making the first car look like the fifth was a really big trick to pull off. I'm surprised the train cars could disconnect and reconnect so smoothly.
The train's automatic operating system must have had it programmed before we departed.
Even the trick with the swapping train car?
Probably. It had to have been done automatically.
Well, it'd be easy for Amaterasu. They own the train.
That's what I'm worried about. Even if I obtain the truth here, won't they just ignore what I say and arrest me anyway?
I keep telling you not to worry about it. As long as you have the truth, the culprit can't escape.
Why are you so sure of that? What is this?
Looks like a fort to me. With this kind of protection, I bet the truth is in there for sure. You just have to destroy it.
So the truth is here.
You can't have the truth. It's impossible to destroy this fortress. Just give up and leave!
You can't handle the truth.
Whenever a culprit takes a last stand like this, you know we're just a step away from unriddling this labyrinth. Master, time to show him how dangerous you really are. After all, he did try to set you up.
I'm not worried about that right now. We're so close to the truth. We gotta do this.
It's boom kill time!
Boom, kill time. God Shinigami.
Shinigami's tutorial corner!
To overcome the last stand of a phantom, tear through all obstacles with the mega-sized god, Great Onset Destroyer, me.
Let's do this, Master! Oh!
Blast away the gigantic iron balls released from the phantom's fortress with a corresponding kick.
No one can stop me!
When an obstacle closes in and the screen slows down, press the button to attack.
What?
Missing the input timing means failure and taking damage, so be careful.
I won't let you have the truth.
I see.
Destroy huge walls when they suddenly appear with a corresponding tackle.
Get to die!
Again, when the screen slows down, press the button to attack.
Blech.
This timing means failure.
Go away! Give up and scram!
I see.
Jump to avoid the thorns that suddenly appear from the ground.
Easy peasy. Watch out.
Your deduction is wrong! Go away! Master, stop it! Switching the first and fifth cards is just your imagination. It's a completely baseless lie. There's no evidence they ever swapped.
Well, the solution.
Check, check!
There are obstacles that even God, me, can't destroy without a solution key.
Come on, hurry up and decide!
Open up the solution key window and pick a key that contradicts the Phantom statement and boom slash it with the Master's Solution Blade.
Use the solution key to smash through the wall, Master!
No evidence that they were swapped. This one works for me.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on! No! There are traces of a swap! The warped plate from Car 5! The reason that plate was burned so thoroughly is because originally it said Car 1. Left as it was, it would have messed up your plot to make Car 1 look like Car 5. That's why you made extra sure it was burned beyond recognition.
Here I go!
That's nonsense! I burned the plate to disguise it? No, I didn't do that! Stop it! Stop! Go away! Get away from me! Get away! Get away! It just happened to be easily burned. But with it burned, you have no way of knowing what number car it was. So there's nothing backing up your deduction. You have no hard evidence proving that location was the first car.
Looks like we need another solution key to boom kill him. Good luck, Master.
I like the knife. No. The knife was not in the corpse. Or the... Well, actually, that one could work. Bloodstains. No hard evidence proving that location was the first car. I don't remember seeing blood. I feel like it has to be the knife in the corpse. Well, actually, no, it can't be the knife. Well... You could make arguments that it's a knife in the corpse because Car 1's corpse had a knife wound in it, and Car 5's corpse had a knife wound in it. But they're not specifically saying the knife wound. But you could still make the correlation here. The blood stains, I really don't see how this works. I don't see how this is relevant. don't see how that's relevant either. The thing is the knife in the corpse, like, I just don't... It doesn't feel solid enough. We'll try.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Only a little more!
Not the solution, stay calm, Master. If that was car 1, that would mean you were there in the beginning, right?
Good luck!
Try to remember what you did back then. It might lead to some sort of evidence.
Let's find evidence.
R1, that's where I found the first body. Afterwards, I tried to go to the infirmary.
That's right!
Said I unintentionally left evidence there. It's the marking I found in the car 5 infirmary. So I guess it is the blood stain. Is that our blood, though?
There is proof! The bloodstain on the inner lock of the infirmary in car 5! The culprit probably didn't notice it. But I remember. It's my blood.
What?
When I was trying to get into the infirmary in car 1, I cut my finger on the glass. When I reached through to unlock the latch, I must have gotten blood on it. But that bloodstain would have been hidden while the inner lock was open. That's probably why the culprit missed it. My blood, which was left behind in car 1, was found in car 5. This proves that someone pulled off the car switching trick. This is the truth of the case. Ha!
I want to say from the start, you said you can't trust the furry. Dante was right all along, it seemed. I think I was on the right track. I mean, the girl said that she could only inhabit the souls of dead people with certain clothes. No, come on.
I'm not done yet!
What? He's still going? Let us boom kill you already!
If car 1 became car 5, then where did the culprit supposedly hiding in the infirmary go? You had to have checked the 5th car, but the culprit wasn't there!
The culprit must have been hiding somewhere in the 5th car, probably someplace safe.
Hot selection. Restroom is probably a good spot. I remember them saying that the main control room was not possible. We walked into the restroom and we're like, there's nothing here or something like that. Never checked any of the doors. But I remember them saying, you can't, there's no way anybody can hide in the main control room. I'm gonna go with the restroom.
I checked the restroom, but no one was there.
Not thoroughly. Okay. So then it has to be the connecting door. Okay.
It's impossible to go any further than the last car.
Oh, the bed was tipped over, so it has to be the main control room?
Here!
But you said nobody could hide in there! I remember that!
The culprit was hiding inside the main control room, which was locked shut the entire time. I didn't have the key, so I could never have gotten inside. I bet the culprit moved there from the infirmary where Car 1 was running on the second track. If the train's management company, Amaterasu Corporation, was involved, the culprit may have had the key. And then they hid in a blind spot I couldn't see from the window. That's how they got past me.
It's not me! I'm not the culprit!
Great detective work! I'd call that a critical hit! He seems like he's barely standing. All that's left is to finish him off.
Finish him off? How do I do that?
Boom slash.
Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can.
Deduction denouement.
Time to expose this crime. The cheeks and everything.
Deduction denouement is where the truth is made clear by thinking through all the deductions made up until that point.
Correct answer somewhere inside your head, Master.
Place the correct piece in the corresponding deduction gap to reveal the truth.
This could be the clincher.
Locked pieces can be opened by solving mysteries, so keep it up, keep it up. Keep it up, up, up.
There's only one truth.
Once every gap is filled with a piece, a finale revealing all mysteries will be unveiled. Everything has been leading up to this moment. I'm confused. Oh, this is where I need to do that. I understand. What was used to put the detective to sleep? Well, I can't do that one yet, I guess. It's used as the red herring. Was used to break the window. This is kind of silly because we just went through all of this. Like, you could do this automatically, dog. Come on. Where was the culprit hiding? Underneath the bed. What happened when Car 1 was detached? What was the culprit doing in the main control room? That's probably hiding. Need to come back to that. We need knockout drug here. What happened after exiting the tunnel? What did the culprit burn? Which body was found last? What was the culprit doing in the main control room? I guess train detachment. Zitschla. I was totally and completely wrong. If I went back, I wouldn't change my answer. Melanie was definitely suspicious.
Step right up, step right up! 5 master detectives slain before their time, and Amaterasu Corporation has master in their sights. Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement!
Denouement.
The incident unfolded aboard the Amaterasu Express, which was on its way to Kanaiwar. I rushed onto the train as it was about to depart. At that time, the train was made up of 5 cars.
All because you were fast asleep in the lost and found, Master. If you'd kept snoozing, the case would never be solved.
When the train started moving, it was only 4 cars long. The 5th and final one was left at the station.
And so, the culprit scheme had already begun. Meaning Amaterasu Corporation was involved from the get-go.
On the train, the master detectives were gathered together in Car 2. That was the dining car. And the culprit had already mixed a knockout drug into every drink there.
I thought the culprit was the first person on the train, so they could prepare in advance and wait for everybody else.
I felt unwell, and Melanie went to the trouble of pouring me a coffee. But after drinking it, I started to feel drowsy. I was hearing things at the time and thought that I might be seriously ill, but it was actually the drug.
Oh, so you thought yours truly was responsible? Sticks and stones won't do much to identify, but slander stings!
The culprit sent me off to Car 1 in order to frame me as the killer.
I'm sure the culprit didn't expect you to get sick, Master, but since you look like a super easy target, they probably changed their plan and went after you instead.
Once I left, the other master detectives must have fallen asleep because of the drugged drinks.
The culprit then burned everyone to death, setting all those master detectives on fire on purpose. What a psycho!
This was when the culprit put their plan to frame me into motion. First, they carried Aphex's charred corpse to the infirmary in Car 1.
The very first body we found.
Then, they deliberately left a fire extinguisher near the restroom I was sleeping in. This was done to prompt me into smashing the door later.
Gotta have someone get inside somehow, or else nobody would find the body.
Next, the culprit entered the infirmary, locked the door, and laid down on the bed with Aphex's charred corpse.
Jumping into bed with a charred corpse! And here I thought chivalry was dead! What a gentleman! I'm actually a little jealous.
A knife and cushion created the red herring.
Hell of a way to pretend to be dead.
Furthermore, the culprit set the room on fire just as I was waking up.
While you were sleeping, I felt someone come into the restroom. They must have seen me then and timed it.
When I woke up in the restroom and went into the hallway, Car 1 was beginning to fill with smoke.
Oh, that's some precise timing!
I caught a glimpse of Zelch in the infirmary, with a knife lodged in his chest.
But it didn't take long for the smoke to obscure everything.
That was when the culprit took out Aphex's burnt corpse, switched places with it, and waited for me to enter the room while hiding beneath the bed.
It's just like a magic trick, switching places under a veil of smoke.
Meanwhile, I found the fire extinguisher on the floor, smashed the window, unlocked the room, and went inside.
Just like the culprit planned. And that's why they left the fire extinguisher there in the first place.
After the smoke cleared, I found Zelch's body, burnt to a crisp. At least, that's what I thought. The charred corpse was actually Aphex. The culprit had me completely fooled.
That must have been why they picked a time-consuming method of roasting someone to death. Plus, the body was about the right size.
I bolted out of Car 1 after seeing the corpse.
The culprit was under the bed at that time, huh? They probably laughed at you from there, watching everything unfold like they planned.
I went on to discover the charred corpses of the other master detectives. Around that time, the culprit came out from under the bed and went to the main control room in Car 1. Controlling the train from there, they detached Car 1.
That caused the blackout and shaking, and the power source was switched over to the backup system. So when the train shook, was there or was there not jiggling in my blouse? Take a guess.
While the detached Car 1 was running on a separate track, the culprit went to work, preparing to disguise Car 1 as Car 5.
What about the jiggling?
First, Aphex's corpse was carried to the corridor, and the necklace removed earlier was placed back on.
Then the Car 1 number plate was burned so that it couldn't be properly identified.
With everything in place, the culprit went into the main control room, locked the door, and waited for the train cars to reconnect.
At this time, the culprit was riding in Car 1 on the other track, right?
Yeah, the train, which was only cars 2, 3, and 4 at the time, remained on course.
Since we were in a tunnel, I didn't even realize Car 1 was moving alongside us.
The train we were on went through the tunnel with only 3 cars. When it came out of the tunnel, the car with the culprit in it attached to Car 4. Now behind Car 4, that car became Car 5.
The swap was pre-programmed into the train's automatic operating system, right? Technology sure is convenient.
The culprit, riding in Car 1, attached it to the back of Car 4. That caused more shaking, but there was no blackout this time because the power supply stayed the same.
Additional shaking occurred inside my blouse, but the power stayed on.
After that, I mistook Car 1 for Car 5 and walked right in. The culprit wrecked it so much I didn't even notice the door I had smashed when I was in Car 1 before.
I figured there'd been some kind of brawl. But that That was part of the culprit's plan, wasn't it? Also, no one would realize it was actually Car 1.
When I found the corpse, I deduced that it was Aphex from the necklace it had on. But I was just rediscovering the same charred corpse from Car 1. The disguised corpse and the car switch completely fooled me.
Using a dead body? Oh, this is a shatteringly brilliant idea!
When the train arrived in Kanai Ward, it connected to a different, prearranged Car 1.
And with that, the train once again had 5 cars. So much attaching and detaching. What a stupid, crazy, elaborate trick!
The Peacekeepers were lying in wait at the station. As the sole survivor, I was set up as the one responsible for the murders.
And Amaterasu was in on it! That really turns me on!
You mean pisses me off, right?
During that time, the culprit stayed hidden in the main control room of the disguised Car 1. And waited for the Peacekeepers to haul you in, Master. They were right there at the scene.
After burning all the Master Detectives, the culprit faked their own death and tried to frame me as the killer. It was a cunning, cold-blooded scheme.
And the evildoer who committed these countless contemptible crimes is none other than...
Zilch Alexander! It was you! This is the truth I've uncovered!
Is that it? What's this?
It's the truth. It's the soul of the true culprit who made this mystery labyrinth.
The soul of the true culprit? Wait, what am I supposed to do with this?
Now it's time for the main event! Here we go! It's my time to shine! Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Through into the vile mystery labyrinth! Start the shining through the glorious stellar spiral! The special graphic
Huh? We're back?
What are you talking about now? Your spirit shouldn't be broken. Yet. The Peacekeepers will take care of you. We have all the time in the world.
Huh? Huh? Shinigami! Where are you? Nothing here's changed. What's going on? Shinigami? Are you listening?
Get him!
Wait! I know who the culprit is!
What?
It's Zilch! He's still alive. He framed me.
What are you talking about? He's already dead!
Huh? But...
Shut up! This is not up for discussion! What a waste of time! Take him away!
Shinigami! Where did you go? This isn't what's supposed to happen!
I'm right here! You're so cute when you panic, so why head to enjoy the view for a bit?
Stop playing around! Why hasn't the situation changed at all?
He must be hallucinating. Taking him down shouldn't be a problem. Take him away! What? He's dead?
Looks like it's over.
Huh? What's over? Shinigami, what's going on?
There's always a price to pay. When I read the soul of the true culprit, the mystery labyrinth created by the culprit is destroyed. But as a price, the source that created the mystery labyrinth also perishes.
The source perishes? Don't tell me.
That's right, the true culprit dies.
Then that report saying Zilch, the true culprit, was dead.
And that solves today's mystery. The true culprit is as dead as a doornail. You're now innocent and free to go, Master. A happy ending. Roll credits!
There's nothing happy about this. Zilch died because I solved the mystery, right?
Huh? He was a dangerous murderer who killed 4 master detectives. He deserved to die.
I mean, I don't think I'm completely free to go. Not even with Zilch being dead.
In that case, say exactly what I'm about to tell you to that gilded idiot over there.
Okay. Swank, did you just receive a report that Zilch was dead?
How did you know that?
I thought so.
Ah!
If he was alive until moments ago, that changes things about this case. Someone who died in front of my eyes, was alive. This is clearly an attempt by the culprit to disguise the truth. Don't tell me the Peacekeepers lied to try to cover up what really happened. You didn't try to frame an innocent person, did you?
What? You think you can weasel your way out of this? You better not forget you're in Kanai Ward now! You're powerless before the might of the Amaterasu Corporation!
No, I didn't mean...
Hey, don't surrender so easily. You were so close.
That does it! You're under arrest! Listen, you got no right to remain silent, and you got no right to call a lawyer either! Take him away!
No, wait!
Hold on! Hold on just a second! Excuse me, do you have a minute?
You!
It's all good. Let's stop all the fighting. We both have to follow orders from the higher-ups, so let's not do anything that causes unnecessary tension. Falsifying evidence and testimonies is a drag when it comes time to do the paperwork, right? It's tough keeping things consistent. Just forget about all that and leave it to me, yeah? You know, I saw that the true culprit was alive and well just a bit ago.
What?
If you let us go, I'll cook something up in my report to the World Detective Organization. You don't want trouble, right? If the WDO floods this joint because of you. Your punishment might be kinda brutal. So, you know what to do. Leave things well enough alone, as they say.
Let's go!
Thank goodness that worked out.
Who is he?
Beats me?
I'll use this opportunity to save real quick.
Hey,
We're off on your phone. There's something I need to make sure of. Mind coming over here so we can talk? You gonna do, Master? He says he
Yeah.
wants to talk. Let's listen to what he has to say. Or you can run around. I'll talk to you.
well. I bet that was quite a long trip for you. Welcome to Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
You must be Yuma. Yuma Cocoa Head, right?
I am. And you are?
I'm Yako Furio. I was born and raised in Kanai Ward. Just a humble member of the WDO. I'm the director of the Nocturnal Detective Agency, the only detective agency in Kanai Ward. My office welcomes you. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Thanks. The pleasure is all mine. So he's a detective from the WDO. Finally, I've met an ally. He managed to turn away the Peacekeepers, so he must be in high standing.
Really? He's clearly just some careless, middle-aged man. Oh, by the way, don't tell anyone about yours truly. You might have forgotten, but our secret is included in the contract. It'd be terrible if you broke this rule. To be exact, your whole body would be drained of its blood.
Okay, I won't tell anyone.
Well, even if you did, they'd just assume you're some crazy person.
Now, shall we? Oh, by the way, I'd like to hear the details about this incident.
Right.
I want to confirm that I got this mystery right, though. Can't just believe this death god for everything that it says.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. It took a while to get through all the proceedings.
They practically interrogated you, right? Kanai Ward is completely shut off from the outside world. Communication devices such as cell phones are confiscated. Cameras are not permitted to leave Kanai Ward either. Even if you smuggle something with reception in, Kanai Ward is a dead zone. Thanks to all that tight closure, nobody's using this fancy station at all.
Did you say no one?
You show a lot of promise, considering how you handled that Amaterasu trouble. I was scared, to be honest. I don't want to deal with them if I don't have to. The thing is, the Peacekeepers always antagonize detectives. As a basic rule, never look them in the eye. They're always itching for a fight. Kinda like mad dogs.
Right.
Amaterasu Corp doesn't want the unified government or the WDO meddling in their matters. I even caught wind of them hiring a hitman.
A hitman?
They plan to wipe out any master detectives before they entered Kanai Ward. The result of which is this Amaterasu Express massacre.
So Zilch was actually a hitman?
Nope. There was a real master detective named Zilch. He was murdered beforehand and used as a disguise. You were in the first car earlier. The real Zilch is laying dead somewhere in there. There was a separate first car at the station before you arrived where Zilch's body was hidden. Then, the 4 train cars that you rode in would arrive at the station in Kanai Ward and connect with the fake first car. That makes a total of 5 dead master detectives at Kanai Ward's platform. With no master detectives left, you would be arrested as the only culprit. That was the plan.
They would go to such lengths?
Absolutely. Even though the plan didn't work, we still lost 5 master detectives.
So, I feel like we didn't even uncover the real mystery then, because we were all under the assumption that Zilch killed the 5 master detectives, but Zilch actually only killed Zilch, air quotes, only killed four detectives. I don't know. There's a correlation between we think Zilch is a master detective when he is actually just some random hitman guy, and like the killing of detectives, there's some untangling that needs to occur there when we are solving the mystery.
Given the situation, I'm honestly surprised you survived, Yuma.
That's all thanks to me. You're so lucky to be haunted by yours truly.
Wait, if there was a real Zilch, then the number of people on board the Amaterasu Express, including me, that makes 6 people. The numbers still don't add up.
I, Hoochie, heard from the World Detective Organization that the number of master detectives on the train was precisely 5.
Oh, I'll explain that later. Anyway, let's leave this place. Wouldn't want to give the Peacekeepers any ideas.
Here's the rain that everybody was waiting for. Now all we gotta do is see the code.
It's raining.
Hey, you're right.
Who's that guy?
Beats me.
Ninja vanish.
I see.
Once the culprit is boom killed, you'll get rewarded based on how well Master did inside the mystery labyrinth.
Are you gonna remember all of this?
You'll get a reward for each overall rating between SS to C. Not only do you get a reward for the rating you receive, but every rating below it. So try shooting for the top. Really? SF? Really? It's surprisingly, pretty well done. I was getting slapped up. I should have got an S for stamina. I didn't get slapped up that much. I got a B for that reasoning death match. That's what did it. Spot selection. Okay, can I save? Ready? Now we can say this is going to be chapter 1.